So I just put my link at the top there. So if you're on Clubhouse, you can go ahead and click that link at the top and follow along. I am live on LinkedIn and YouTube and Facebook. Or if you click that link in Clubhouse, you can go right to my StreamYard link. And I am broadcasting on all those platforms to talk about this. But as usual, I'm going to have my AI assistant do a room reset, and then we will get started talking about some big news in AI.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Breakfast with Champions. We are live on Clubhouse starting at 4 a.m. Eastern with over 60 expert hosts who provide motivation, education, and inspiration to help you live your best life and grow your business. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook to continue the conversation. Matt, what's up with this Meta stuff? I thought I just had to worry about ChatGPT, but now Meta has decided to share Meta.ai with everyone on their platform. Should I be worried?
I would be worried if I was you, absolutely. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen now with Meta launching this week on their platform, and it's one of those things where I don't think I can really overstate how big this is right now. Because if we look at especially if you're in Clubhouse in your room and if you followed me at all when I go live, all the things that are happening in the world of AI we're aware of and using those, but most people do not know about AI and certainly what's going on in the world of AI. They don't really tune into it that much. They're not really using it that much. So as much as we always think like, oh, people know about this or know about these things, they don't. And most people are not using it. So Meta has now rolled out Meta.ai into their platforms. So you can find it on Facebook. You can find it on Instagram. I don't see it on my WhatsApp just yet, but I think it's going to roll out into there as well. So that is something that these platforms or Meta has over the other companies are the platforms so that they have and the people that are using it. And when I went to, and I don't use search that often on Facebook or Instagram unless I'm looking for something on those platforms. But I was looking for someone this week. I was looking to look up someone's profile, and in doing that, I was like, oh, what is this now? So I kind of just stumbled across without even hearing it. And I usually, obviously keep up to date with the world of AI. And the first time I heard about it or saw it was when I just went to do a search. And there was, ask Meta, and I was just searching for obviously the person I was looking for, but I then went back and started really, messing around with it, and they now have this chatbot is rolled out to anybody who's on the Facebook platform, anybody's on the Instagram platform, and I believe it's going to be the same on WhatsApp, although I haven't seen it yet. So, it's their largest language model, Llama 3. And I've talked a lot about Llama and the things that they've done there. Meta has rolled off it's funny because they rolled off the team from the metaverse. A lot of things that they were working on in the metaverse things and all the updates they were trying to make there, and said, you know what, we're going to put you guys on the AI team now. So they quickly pivoted from trying to build more and do more in the metaverse and move people over onto their AI platform to be able to get out quicker. Obviously, they were seeing what OpenAI was doing with ChatGPT and the other platforms they have. Google certainly, integrating, rolling those things out there. Microsoft integrating into their tools and doing that from their integration with OpenAI and ChatGPT. So we had all these different things that are there and different ways it was rolling out to people. But I don't think to this level, those are not going to be as impactful as Meta is because of the amount of people that use it. And once they realize, they can just go into these platforms and just ask that question right there to that chat bot, they're going to be able to do it. So it's it's a seamless integration. They've integrated, so like I said, all their platforms and Facebook and I guess Messenger is now a separate platform. So it is Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp. You can use Meta AI through the search bar within post feeds or chats. So it's fully integrated into that. So The search bar is one place, but if you're going, going into posts, going to feeds, going into chats, you're going to be able to use it everywhere. So, it is powered by Google and Bing, and Meta AI provides real-time data that can answer questions, offer recommendations, and find information within posts, reels, and chats. So that is nice. I talk a lot about systems like Fireflies and everything that I use to record different calls, and I'll have my clients use them. So when I have a system like that, and I need to go back and say, man, what did we talk about in that call? Or what was that? Is so easy to go back and find. You can just put in a person's name, you can put in anything you want, and you're going to find all those recordings very quick, and it'll show all the highlights of different things, and it's so easy to find those things. So this is going to be the same thing around, when you I saw a post I wanted to share with you, or something like that, and you think about it, that integration to do that, and using that platform is going to make that much easier for people to do. And in doing that, it's going to make it much easier for people to use AI and get more comfortable with using AI. So they're also going to have an image generator. So their Imagine image generator, it's currently in beta, but allow users to generate images in real time as they type. So now we can put a little background or something along those lines. If you're typing in some of these platforms, they have that. Well, now it's going to be a whole image generator on there, and it can also animate images or turn them into GIFs or GIFs, however you want to pronounce that, providing users with creativity and engaging ways to express themselves. So it will have the Made with AI. We talked a lot about that. That they're making sure that any image created with AI is going to have that on there. But they will have all those images tagged with that to make sure people know it's created with AI. So, but in addition to the integration, with Meta's social platforms, it's also accessible via the new standalone site called Meta.ai. So you can go now to Meta.ai, and just like ChatGPT or Gemini or all the other platforms, Claude.ai out there, you can go ahead and do a search on that. So I started using that and started, working with it and asking different questions and doing things with it. It didn't really give me too much as far as the quality. I don't think is there yet. I think it's good for where it's at, introducing more people to AI, and more people to using the chatbots and everything. But as I said, if I'm going and I'm creating content, or I'm doing something like that, and I was just doing it on Friday for a client, we want to do something quick. I went to Claude, knocked something out, and then took that, and obviously we update that and we change it. I say all the time, just don't post as is. But it gives you a good base to work off of, and I always I'm still going to Claude for that. So so I tried a couple of different things I've done in Claude and others in that platform. It was okay. Again, it wasn't great. So I think over time, I'm sure they will work on that and be able to do that. So we'll see how that goes. On Meta.ai, users can save the conversations just like they do with ChatGPT. And it's also going to be available on the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses in the United States. So they're going to be bringing AI to the wearable technology through the Ray-Bans. There's another wearable I'm going to talk about if I have time before we end here, but I knew I was going to have to talk a lot about Meta because of the platform and how it's doing. So they're certainly positioning themselves, in the world of AI now, and making these updates and doing it. So I just, when I'm looking at this and I'm thinking of all the things that can go into it. So obviously when we go, depending on how long you've been on Facebook or how long you've been on these platforms, we see all the times, we get the ads that are catered towards us, and we get things and people all talk all the time. Listen, I was just having a conversation the other day, and all of a sudden this ad's popping up on my phone or those things. So, but we know these platforms know a lot about us, a lot about what we search for on the platforms, what we look at, on Instagram, the different profiles you interact with, and they'll show you more in doing that. So Meta AI is trained on all these platforms, all this information, that is part of, these platforms being free. You give access to all your information, all those things. So now, if Meta.ai knows all that, knows all these things about us, obviously you can start to personalize that a lot quicker, and building something out that an AI that knows me a lot more than any other AI at this point, without me even having to do anything. But the other end of that is, if it has all this stuff in there, and it can look at all these, can it share it with other people, other companies, all those things? So, and I know, we're going to say, well, there's privacy, there's things in place. There is, but if you remember when ChatGPT started coming out, people were looking up and using it for nefarious reasons, and looking up how to build a bomb or something that they really shouldn't be, but they were. And quickly, OpenAI said, "Well, let's we got to stop that," and made some updates. But very soon after that, people found ways to ask questions and do prompts in such a way that it could still find the information the AI wasn't supposed to give it, or give to the end user, I should say. So I think we're going to have, kind of some of the same things here, where again, Meta has all this information about us, knows all these things, goes through that, and it'll be interesting to see, will we start to see some of those what we'll call privacy leaks with that platform. So again, if you look at the Meta AI platform, it's laid out very similar to ChatGPT. You can go ahead and ask it anything. I'm looking at the homepage now. It's like create a packing list for a trip, which by the way is great. If you go on a trip, a friend of mine told me this years ago, making a list, and this is like we were teenagers, and I'm like, what are you doing with a pen and paper? He's like, I make a list for the trip, and that's it's a life changer when you're traveling. Make that list so you make sure you're getting everything. So make my email sound more professional, play 90s music trivia, help me with an assignment, simulate a mock interview, or paint New York City in watercolor. And that's the imagine part of it. So building into that and do that. So I have to log back into Facebook here to do that. I thought I was already there. Just building this as it goes up. Okay, something went wrong. We're working on it. Whatever, it's fine. But again, so if you start to look at these platforms, start to use it, you're just going to have a lot more people starting to be introduced into AI, introduced into the chat. I'm wondering, if anybody on Clubhouse, if anyone has started using it yet, or started playing around with it, has gone directly to meta.ai. If you want to unmic and talk about your experience with it. But again, I think this is going to be, I can't overstate, I think, how big this is going to be in the world of AI, because one, you're going to have the other platforms quickly making updates and changes because of that. We know that ChatGPT 5.0 is going to come out at some point this year, is going to have those things, and they're going to look at this as, man, we got to, we have to keep up on this. We have to get these things out there, because if people get more comfortable with Meta and start to use that, you fall into, as much as that other platform might be, better and have more bells and whistles, you still start to fall into that platform and do that. And I was thinking about that too, as AI becomes aware, and all these platforms are out there, and we talk about how people can lose their jobs to AI. Are the AI platforms going to be upset if someone else is using another platform, because they're basically losing users and therefore jobs to other AI? Just something to ponder and think about. I don't really have any more thoughts than that, because I just started thinking about it, the other day as I was going through this with all the different platforms that are available now. But that's where we're at. So, does anybody have any thoughts or anything you want to talk about Meta.ai now? If not, I will move on to the other things I want to talk about. Has anybody, so on if you're on Clubhouse, just put a 1 in the chat if you used Meta.ai on any of the platforms yet. I'm just wondering if anyone has started using that and started dealing with that yet, or I wonder if most people are not aware of it at this point, or are not aware of it, they could use it to that level. So, but it'll be interesting over the next few weeks here, as more and more people realize it and see it and start to use it. It'll be very interesting to see how these things go. Like I said, just from Facebook and Instagram, all the people on that platform, all the users, all the things that they're going to get into that and integrating that fully into those platforms. that's going to be huge, and so when you type in a question, and you can type in any question, it doesn't have to be searching a platform. You could, you could put the question for anything. So if I go into Facebook right now and hit search, it's going to say ask Meta anything. So imagine a movie poster, help me choose a pet, Burt Kreischer tour dates, imagine a gold boat, top New York City coffee reel. So there's all these questions already preloaded in there. You can do it. So it's not just searching the platform now. It's fully integrated. The whole chat bot is fully integrated into that. So let me move on to some other news here.
Deborah did say she put a 1 in the chat. Deborah.
Did she? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks, Deborah. Yeah. On WhatsApp. Okay. See, I haven't seen it on my WhatsApp yet. So I went in and looked on it. And maybe I have to update it. But I saw it on my Instagram and Facebook, and I don't think I did anything there to upgrade it. So
I know Ramon stated one time that he was playing it on WhatsApp. I think I heard him say that at one point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure it's going to be the same thing on all platforms. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I know it's a lot out there, Matt. Claude.ai, Copilot, ChatGPT, Meta.ai, now Meta.ai. It's a lot, right? And so for me, I'm still playing with ChatGPT, right. But I know others are out there. It's just, I start with one, get to know it, and then I move to the other one. So I don't know if other people are that way as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, that's a good way to do it, to figure out the one platform and all the intricacies. Like you could spend a lot of time on ChatGPT and still not, master that platform. And there's a lot on there that they are still the leader in the large language models with that, that direct chat interface. If you're looking for the most features and most things, and there's actually an update I'll talk about as I go through the rest of the news here real quick. They just did some more updates to it, and for the paid version of it, there's a free version, paid version on most of these. Obviously, Meta is free. I don't know if they're going to eventually do a paid version of Meta.ai. That'll be interesting. But again, they're already subsidizing with their platforms, so they make a lot of money. But it'll be interesting if you go directly to Meta.ai, will they charge for that? But most of them, it's about $20 a month, and you can do that. So yeah, I mean, ChatGPT is still the default, the leader. And like I said, when 5 comes out, I'm sure it's going to blow us all away. I said if I'm doing marketing content, some of that I usually go to Claude over the others. Gemini is doing some really good stuff. So that's Google's platform. And again, we'll talk about Grok here in a moment. So lots of platforms to choose from, lots of things to look at. So it makes things that much more exciting. So real quick, I talked a little about Slack. They have a new feature called a Recap. It's a tool designed to help users stay on top of important conversations, key interactions within their Slack workplace. So I use Slack, the clients and the people I use it with, not very big, but I can imagine if you work at a corporation, if you're dealing with hundreds if not thousands of people on a Slack platform, trying to keep up with that would be a daunting task to say the least. So this will give you daily summaries, a recap, using generative AI. To compile a daily summary of crucial conversations that take place with a user's Slack channels and direct messages. Every morning, users receive a concise overview of the most significant interactions from the previous day, making it easier to catch up in important discussions and stay informed. So it's basically just, you have all these different people can direct message you, can send you these things. You can have the, different chats for different groups and everything. So being able to have that in just one concise update and look at that and be able to look it over, I think is, that's great for people that are using Slack and using that recap feature. So they're demonstrating they have a commitment to AI technology like most companies, and they're going to start using that more and more in their platform. And I think Slack is if it's one of those things that people are love it or hate it. I think if you use it and you start to get used to it, then you're going to like it. So we'll see more about Slack and how that comes along for them. LinkedIn rolls out testing a premium company page subscription with AI-assisted content creation. So the premium company page subscription comes $99 a month, makes an affordable option for a business looking to leverage the LinkedIn network. By subscribing to this new service, companies will gain access to a suite of AI-driven tools that can help them create compelling content grow their follower base, and elevate their overall company profile on LinkedIn. So that is something, when LinkedIn first came out, it was more that connection platform. I know Christina, so I'm going to connect with Christina. And Christina, I look on that and she's like, oh, Christina's connected to Dora Maria. I want to be introduced to Dora Maria because she's such an awesome person. I want to do business with her. And then Christina be like, oh yeah, I know Dora Maria. I can make the connection. The last few years, certainly that has lost that. People just started connecting with everybody. And then you'd be like, hey, you know that person? I don't really know. You're connected on LinkedIn. Yeah, I don't know. Just from a group or something like that. So I think it became too big, to really continue to do that. So it would have been good if it kept that closer network. Then you could actually make introductions to people that you know. But in growing and going through all those things, we have those issues. So LinkedIn really has now become more of a business content social platform, to really put things out there and do that, and the way that you can follow people now, and the way they've changed, a lot of their models over the years, and is set for that. So, in saying that, that's a good thing to put out if you're trying to build your business, trying to build that up, make more connections, get build your awareness for your company. They're now going to use this AI to be able to do this. So they'll be able to, the highlights of the premium company page, so it'll post a writing feature. You can craft engaging, relevant content for target audiences, saving time, effort while ensuring high quality posts. So again, you can target, you can say that these are the people I'm looking for. If you use LinkedIn Navigator or some of these other tools that they have, you're able to target exactly who you're trying to look for. So if I want to connect to them, or if I want to sell to them, or do those things. So in doing that, this will be the same thing where you'll be able to target, that message, those things you're trying to get out to those people. So again, using their platform and their data, that certainly makes a lot more compelling to be able to do that. And also provide insights and recommendations to help businesses attract more customers, build credibility, and stand out in their respective industries. We talk about trying to be a subject matter expert. So again, that's rolling out that premium company page. Check that out for your business if you're trying to build that up. I think it's a smart idea. I hope the execution goes as well as it sounds. And if it does, I think it'll be good. But the problem is too that you'll have all these people putting AI content out. So you're going to have to find a way to stand out a little more on the LinkedIn platform too. But if you start using it now before the people know about it, you can get a head start. So that's why I do this. That's why I bring you this news. Yes.
For me, LinkedIn has been missing the mark on a few things, right? Because even the recommendations, the list of people, we recommend these, connecting with these people, they pinhole you into the thing that you're doing, right? So if I'm connected to all these tech people, then it's recommending more tech people. So I'm hoping that, this generative AI takes a different approach, right? And not just tells me recommendations. It's like putting a bucket of all the Gen Xers together, all the millennials together. That's not what we want. I would like a diversified network, right? So going to in-person events still trumps AI right now, right? Like to connect with people, because otherwise you'd be connected to, homogeneous, like everything the same, as opposed to something diverse. So that's like my only comment on the whole LinkedIn thing, because I've just experienced their connections, recommended connections is just driving me nuts.
No, that's a great point. And it's something that I think AI can help because, you can, get more precise and you can do those things. So yeah, I think if they allow you to be like, okay, here's the people I want to connect to that are like-minded, and I want to do that. Here's the people I want to sell to. Here's that, and build out these, different profiles within the platform, and then it can pull for something like that or do that. Yeah, that would be awesome. And certainly with AI, they should be able to do that. So obviously this is more building around the, putting the content out and who you're going to send it out to. So we'll see how they build that out. But then, using it for the other way of, people coming back into you. No, it would be great. So I think a lot of times they have missed the mark, and they could have done some other things and done them better, but they're trying. So and it's still, it is a great platform. If you're not using LinkedIn for business, I definitely recommend it. So a couple more quick items we'll go through. Google Ads did an update, a text to image generation. Has the ability for advertisers to create images tailored to specific branding needs using simple prompts. By leveraging the power of generative AI, they can quickly generate visuals that align with their brand identity and messaging without the need for extensive design resources. So basically allowing this, the AI generation, they're going to market to know it's, you'll know it's AI, just like Meta and some of the other platforms. But I think this is going to, you'll have these recreate these images, the tools it'll be in, enabling to capitalize on successful ad elements and maintain a consistent level of performance. I think it will give a better overall feedback on performance. And I think it would be great for A/B testing, to be able to create these images very quickly and do something very similar, just a little bit of different messaging, little here and there, and be able to do that and see which one is working better. I think for the average person, being able to create those using AI and create those very quickly on the fly will open that up to more A/B testing and be able to use that platform a little better to be able to do that. Got a couple minutes left here, so let me go real quick through Grok 1.5. Like I said, that's on the X platform. Their chatbot on there. It is overlooked by a lot of people, but I think if you look at the amount that it gets from just using the X platform and being able to do that, I know it's Twitter. I want to call it Twitter too, but the X platform and be able to do that. Obviously, it comes in based on your interactions, things you're following, all those things. It'll show you. It'll give you some different questions to ask and put those things on there. Obviously, for me, it's bringing up Tom Holland and Spider-Man 4 because I am a superhero geek and looking at that thing. But there's a lot as far as breaking news, all those things. Be able to find that and find it quickly. The X platform is still great for that. And they're making some really good updates in there. So it'll be able to process a wide range of visual information, setting apart from the previous version of Grok. Can handle documents, diagrams, screenshots, photographs, enabling users to interact with visual content innovatively. And it can translate diagrams into code, allowing developers to prototype ideas and streamline their workflows quickly. And additionally, the chatbot can generate stories based on drawings, showcasing its creative potential and creating new possibilities for content creation. So I think Grok is, taking, and it has since it started, taking a different route and doing some different things that are really interesting, depending on what you're looking for and how you're trying to use AI. I would definitely give it a look and check that out because, they especially with this update, there's going to be some really cool things you're able to do. So again, I talk about the different platforms and how they each have their strengths and they each have those. So being aware of that and being able to aware of how you can use that is great. So, but again, we'll end here on ChatGPT had some updates. So paid users can now access GPT-4 Turbo. So other than being a cool name, it actually helps you to improve ChatGPT's writing, math, and logical reasoning and code generation. It helps ChatGPT understand longer prompts and delivers more conversational responses. Also offers more recent responses, has been trained on information up to December 2023 as opposed to April 2023. So they're continuing to get closer and closer to real-time data. Obviously, with OpenAI, you can search the web if you have the paid version. So you can give it a website or you can give it all information and go out and find stuff. But just the overall database is now up to December 2023 and doing that. So again, I have all this news and I broke them down a little more on that link at the top. So if you want to click that link, have access to all of this. I always leave my creator tools on there as well as you can access the AI tools database we put together. So
Hey, Matt.
Yes.
This is Rhonda. Question
Yes.
really quickly for
Yep.
you. Is there a way to search ChatGPT? Like, I have all of my little chats and my little feeds, but I'm like, oh, where did I talk about? And I have the darndest time finding it.
Do you so you've already searched it in ChatGPT and you want to go back and find it?
Yes,
Yes. Do you have the paid version or the free version?
the paid version.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. You can go back into that and it'll keep a history of all the different searches you have done. So if you go on the left-hand side there, it'll show the most recent. But you can drill down into, like, as I'm scrolling down, I see like all of February, all of January, and I keep just drilling down left-hand side. Now I'm in 2023 and all the different chats and it shows the names of it. So
Yeah, but I'm asking, can I like search within those chats?
Yeah.
She's trying to find a specific one that she did already.
Oh, well, yeah. So if you just ask ChatGPT
It's
to
like
find
Claude.
it, yeah. So if you just type in the prompt, yeah, just say, I did a search earlier in my history. I did a search on X, and just type it in there. ChatGPT can find that for you. But just use a prompt saying, I did this previously. I did a search with you. I was looking for this subject or this whatever information it was. Can you find that prompt again for me? And it'll
Oh,
pull up
great.
previous prompts. Absolutely. Yep.
Thank you.
I think if you go to the prompt the store that they have, there's probably someone who already designed a prompt, specifically around that. So, or a GPT, I should say, on the GPT store.
If you use Claude has that search on top that looks through all. If you have a chat on it, it will actually it'll bring it up, which is kind of nice.
Yes. Any other questions? Is Brielle here?
No, we are passing to Rocky.
Rocky. All right. How are you, Rocky?
I'm good. I was trying
Awesome.
to get my link. Marilyn was clawing down my throat. So
Yeah, I'm like, just like, do it now.
Get your link.
No, I'm just kidding.
because
Get all set up.
Listen, I'm always last to do that. Between Marilyn and Debbie, I catch it. Good morning, everybody. Matt GPT, you are amazing. I am such a nerd. I love anything GPT to the point of I'm a stock investor. If you guys didn't know, you might want to look into some stock when it comes to some of these technologies and who runs it, because some of them are getting very dynamic, and you could earn a little income from the stock market if that is not where you're going. You might want to think about it.
I usually talk about that a lot, and I started talking about NVIDIA months and months ago. And someone actually last week did say, "Man, I invested that when you started talking about it." And then we're talking about the Taiwanese semiconductor company.
I just invested in that today.
Yeah, we talked about that last week, Rocky. So
Oh my goodness,
we're on the same page. Awesome.
All right, so when we become millionaires, you guys don't be trying to get our money, okay?
Amen.
So good, literally. So that's a whole other thing. I can talk to me and Matt can talk all day about this, I'm sure. So good morning, you guys. Hopefully you are well this morning. So you guys know how I do. Pop some pink in the chat. Let's get this conversation started. And I'm actually